Hello friends, welcome back to my channel if you're returning. If you are new, welcome. My name is Rachel and I am a reseller on sites like eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. And I am so super excited for today's video. Today I am going to give you a grand tour of my reseller room, and I'm going to also talk about some of my process, my daily process. So if you want to see, definitely stick around. I have been wanting to make a video like this forever, and I finally just did it. So I hope you enjoy. I do have to say, I apologize in advance for the shaky video. We run a low budget around here. I don't get rich on my YouTube videos. And shameless plug, I told myself that if I ever hit 10,000 subscribers, I will invest in some more high-tech camera equipment. So if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I have more subscribers right now than I ever thought I would, but I'm nowhere near 10,000. So I would love it if you would subscribe and help me get closer to 10,000. And in the meantime, I will continue to film my videos with my good old trusty iPhone. So it is a little shaky and I do apologize. I tried to keep it as steady as I could, but you know, it is what it is. I still think you're going to get a really good idea of like what's around here and how I work and how I operate. You will see me throughout this tour mention some products that I use or some things that kind of make my reseller life easier. I did make an Amazon storefront down below, and I've put a lot of the products that I use in the storefront. So if you are interested in anything that you see, definitely check out the link. It might be in there, and if it's not, drop me a comment and I can see if I can find it and let you know where I got it from. I do have to say, and this is me just being very like open and honest and vulnerable. Sometimes when I make my videos, I get a little like sense of imposter syndrome because I feel like I give off this illusion sometimes that I really have my stuff together, and I like don't. A lot of the stuff that I do is very like fly by the seat of my pants, try what works. If it doesn't work, pivot to something else. And so like, I feel like sometimes I appear very organized, and in my own mind, I'm like really not. So I just want to say that. And as you go through the room, you will kind of see like, could it be better? Like, yeah, probably, but it's what works for me. And, it hasn't seemed beneficial for me to put in the time to completely overhaul everything. And it's just when I set up this room about a year and a half ago, it was working for what I was doing and with the space that I had. And, you know, it will continue to evolve. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. So my life is not all the way together. You are definitely going to see that here in this video. You are definitely going to see that Rachel is not one to pay super attention to detail unless it's absolutely necessary. But anyway, without further ado, please drop me a like if you enjoy this video at any point. It definitely lets me know you like this kind of content. And please enjoy this tour of my reseller room. All right, so here is my desk, my workspace. Got this amazing monitor going on here. Actually, it was my husband's before I took it over. It's really nice because I can have like 2 or 3 windows sort of side by side, so that makes it really easy. Right now I've got my list perfectly open and my spreadsheet. Here is where I do a lot of filming, or not filming, photography of like smaller things. So shoes, handbags, swimwear, things that can be photographed right on the desk. I use this light right here to photograph on the desk. And then I also use that light when I'm filming at my desk. So if I'm filming like 90-day updates or things like that, I usually have that light on. So it kind of just sits right there. Whenever I'm, I like this space too, because whenever I'm working on like, you know, maybe I have a pile that I'm about to list, or things I'm about to pack up. So this is very much a very all-purpose space. I stack things here as they move through the cycle of everything. So let's see what else. I've got my printer back there. I've got my Rollo and my scale here. All of my, well, not all of, but a lot of my shipping supplies kind of live right here. My poly mailers and my tissue paper, which is not the most organized right now. I do have a closet full of additional supplies, but this is the stuff I like to keep like really handy and like I can just turn around and grab it. When I say I work in batches, this is kind of what I mean. And this is going to be the start of, for example, one of the piles. So this pile right here is all items that I would photograph here. So on my to-do list in the next few days, one of the items might be to photograph all the desk items. I've got a pile of swimsuits, a few little wrist wallets, some shoes. And so like that, I would take pictures of all of this stuff in one day, and then I would list all of that stuff in one day. This pile over here, which is kind of small right now, so I might knock this out in just one day, but this is the stuff that has been purchased and taken out of the bag or the box, but I have not put it into inventory yet. So when I open my mystery boxes, I try as quickly as possible to get it all stacked up over here. And this is the stuff I know I need to put into my inventory before I move it across the room, which I'll show you in a second, to be photographed. Down here, I've got some inventory in boxes. Every box is labeled. So this is just like a little, like one of those name tags you might wear at like a conference. And then I use index cards and I just write what's in the box. I like this rather than writing on the actual box because it's interchangeable. So if I ever like sold all these women's sweaters and I wanted to repurpose this box for something else, I could just change the tag. Got long sleeve tops, American Eagle jeans. This one I didn't even write on yet, but that's all a Good American box that I like, an unboxing, like all that stuff came from the same box. And then I've got some empty ones here. I just recently rotated out my inventory, sent a bunch of stuff to ThredUp, and so I was able to kind of condense some stuff, and those two boxes are open now for the next whatever comes in. Over here, so this is my ring light that I use for unboxing and also for either making reels or just generally speaking anything that I need to hold my phone for me. So this ring light sort of just lives right over here. Behind that, this rack has all long dresses. So any like midi or maxi dresses. I have another dress rack that's behind my desk, but that one is not as tall. So if I put maxi dresses on it, it does hit the floor. So this one has all the long dresses because most of them, you can see they don't touch the floor. These are all like the Show Me Your Moo Moo dresses, which are very long, and they do touch the floor. So I sort of just kind of folded them up so they're hanging upward. This is a box of Yandy Halloween costumes, so that's more of a temporary. This is all women's like sweaters and light jackets, blazers. Those all kind of live on this rack here. Down here we have Miss Sydney Jane. Sydney, do you want to say hello? Do you want to say hello? Hi, Sydney. Hello. So when Sydney's in here with me, this is where she hangs out, right here on the floor. And this space has kind of evolved as she has grown, and so I'm sure this will change. But, you know, I try to limit my work time to when she's napping. But in the case that I want to bring her in here with me, maybe, you know, I have a lot to do or I want to meet some kind of deadline, I will bring her in here with me. I do like to limit our her time in my office to only like an hour or so, because I hate to sit in here with her all day. So we spend majority of her awake time other places in the house or outside. But in the instance that she does come hang out with me, she kind of lives right here with her little toys, and she's not rolling all the way yet. She's not crawling. Oh, think that was beautiful. Good stuff. She's not rolling yet. She's not crawling. So she kind of just hangs out right here. This pile right here, these two boxes are inventory that came from liquidation. I think both of these boxes are from Helpsy. that need to be processed, but that I'm not going to film. So I think the bottom box is Halara dresses and the top box is Andy Swim. I've done recent unboxing videos on those two boxes from Helpsies, so I'm not filming another one. I don't really feel like I need, it's redundant at this point because I just, did those recently. So I ordered more for myself, but I'm not unboxing those. So those are put on one side so that I can unbox those sort of when I have a chance that don't require to be filmed first. On the other side over here, these two came from liquidation that do need an unboxing video. So I kind of wait until I have at least 3, sometimes just accidentally or just by when I order. There are more that come, but I try to do at least like 3 or 4, sometimes even 5 unboxing videos in one day. And so I will sort of let them all stack up. I'm still working on the 4 or 5 of the last unboxings that I did, so it's not like I need the inventory right away. So I'll let them kind of wait until I have enough, or until the next time I'm going to film anyway. And that's when I will open up these boxes. That way I don't find myself filming all the time. Here's the other dress rack. This one is the one that sort of hangs lower to the ground. You can see that this office, and I'll actually back up and show you this space. You probably have seen this if you've seen my unboxing videos, but this room is built over the garage. So it's about, I would say maybe like so our garage is a 2-car garage, but this is built over the garage. And so I'd say the space is probably about as big as a 1.5-car garage. Because, the roof kind of angles down. I have these low ceilings on the side. So this rack fits nicely over here, but I keep the smaller dresses on this rack because it's lower to the ground. Over in here is, I keep typically activewear. There's some swim cover-ups in there right now. It's more of a flex space. Typically those first 2 cubbies are activewear, and then the bottom ones are kind of just flex space. So that's kind of whatever I need it for at the time. That box is recycling. The one lonely little shirt on the ground there. I need to start a new Goodwill bag. I just have not yet. These 2 racks are as far back to the wall as I can get them. As you can see, they go all the way up to the ceiling technically. These are all inventory boxes. Most of them are labeled with the name tags. Some of them are not, just because I kind of know what's in them. So I don't sell a lot of handbags, but I've got handbags up there in these 2. That's all bras and underwear. That's skirts. That's Zumba wear. You guys, I'm a Zumba instructor, so I see a lot of Zumba wear cycle through. Shorts, accessories, kids' clothes. This box is the Athleta mystery box. What is in there? Hold on. What's in this one? Oh, this one's empty right now. That's why I don't know. Okay, so that one's empty and waiting for new inventory. All 4 of these boxes are men's clothing. I really need to find a better way to do my men's clothes, but I don't always have a ton of men's clothes, so they kind of just live in these 3 boxes. That's a lot of my swimwear, except the Andy swimwear, which I have a lot of that. So the Andy swimwear is actually all down there. That one's Everlane jeans. This one is all Prana. And then this is the by Sammy Ryan that I can't get rid of to save my life. Over on this side, so I've got my clothing racks that sort of live in the middle. If you look from this angle, my desk is over here. The racks hang out in the middle, and then I can walk over this way. So what's over here, all of my Halara stuff is all on this top shelf. This is a flex space as well, this top shelf, but over the past, I would say 6 months, this is where I keep all the Halara items. This is the only stuff I keep in bags, just because most of it they send in bags, and it made it really convenient because I was selling so much Halara and there were so many duplicates of different things. I started to number them. So we're up to we're in the 500s, 530, 547. That's how many of these pieces I've sold, or at least listed. So all the Halara lives across the top here. Back here in this box, this is some Good American, like all my duplicates kind of just live in that spare box there. This is all men's clothing. I see you. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Are you on your tummy? Oh, nice job. This is all, we've got some women's blazers. I moved these over here because I ran out of room on the other rack, but I probably can move those since I've made some more room. This is all like men's tops. So I've got some Ted Baker, some nice sweaters, some things I wouldn't want to shove in a box. Over here, these are all secondhand jeans. So the secondhand jeans kind of start right here. I don't have a ton right now. These are all new with tag, and they're kind of just grouped by, they're in alphabetical order, but they're grouped by which box they came in mostly. So I have one pair from my Rag & Bone box left. Everything else is sold. This is all from my Redone box. This is all my Good American. And then I've got Everlane jeans, the 1 Teaspoon jeans, and then over here are Everlane pants. And some empty hangers for when we get more stuff in. This one is all the knickknacks and stuff from those Quick Lots boxes. And this is more Andy Swim. This thing I love. So actually I ordered this beautiful sign for our wedding, asking people to put their stuff away. It did not work for the wedding. Let's be honest. Everybody was on their cell phone anyway. But it does work really nice as a backdrop. So if I do need to white out my background for some reason, sometimes I will use the back of it. Best money I ever spent for a very unlikely reason. And then over here is where I keep all the shoes. I keep the boots on the top and then everything else kind of underneath. There's no really rhyme or reason to how these are stored. I don't sell a ton of shoes these days, so this ends up being really kind of like the perfect amount of space for shoes. Sometimes if I am running low on shoes, but I need room for other stuff, I will clear off this top shelf and I will put boxes. One of these thread up boxes fits nicely on this shelf, so I can do one on each and store some boxes that way. And then over here is just another shelf of inventory. We've got short sleeve tops, plus size bottoms, there's pants down there, etc. So just another stack of boxes. The other thing I wanted to show you too is these stacks that sit on top, and we also have a stack right down here. You probably see these stacks a lot if you've watched my unboxing videos that I shoot in this direction. There's always stuff piled up here. And this is the stuff in my queue. So these two piles are, when I do batch work, I have them separated, and actually, technically this belongs down here. I have them separated, so this stuff, and sometimes it's double stacked, this stuff is all stuff that I photograph on the hanger. This stuff is all stuff that I photograph on the floor. So I have a beautiful floor. This is a nice Pergo hardwood floor that my husband laid when we moved in here. We love this floor. And so what I do is I take this light and I either put it here and photograph right here on the floor, or I turn this up and I photograph here on the door. When I photograph on the door, I do use the background remover in List Perfectly. It's a photo room integration, but I get rid of like the actual door itself and use that. So when I do batch work, what I will do is this little girl right here kind of forces me to, what are you doing, Sydney? What are you doing? Are you on your tummy? Okay, so I have to work in batches, and I think I talked about this in one of my my top 15 videos about preventing overwhelm. I have to break things up into small, manageable tasks. So my task for one day might be, okay, today I am going to photograph all items that get photographed on a hanger, or I'm going to photograph all items that need a flat lay. And so there's probably 30 pieces here. maybe a little bit more. So if I can photograph 30 pieces right here in a batch, it'll probably take me about 90 minutes, which is about exactly her nap time. So if I set that as my goal for the day, and that's the only thing I got done, it's 90 minutes worth of work, and I have photographs for 30 items. There's probably about 25 to 30 items there too. So that's kind of how I batch out my work. And so once it's photographed, I set it over there on the table, and the pile stacks up again for when I go to list everything. All right, last thing I'm going to show you is my shipping closet or storage closet. So this is where I keep all of my like excess or additional shipping. There we go. So in here is where I keep all the boxes, extra stuff. So priority mail flat rate envelopes, some other priority mail boxes. These are eBay boxes. And I order these because I have an eBay store subscription. So I get like shipping supplies every quarter. So those boxes, the tissue paper, that stuff I all get for free. I do use a Rolo, so I've got some extra labels, some extra tape. I buy everything in bulk, you guys, so I have a surplus. I never run out, and you get volume discounts for buying more stuff. If you want to have a better look at all my shipping supplies and the stuff I order, I do have my Amazon link down below, and a lot of this stuff, not the eBay stuff, but a lot of this other stuff, is linked down below. I also save Amazon boxes and just like, boxes that get shipped to our home, and I do reuse those as much as possible. There's some more eBay stuff down there. I've got some additional USPS boxes and some bubble wrap, some random void fill. And this is also where I keep my dress form. I don't use her too much, but I do every once in a while. Sydney Jane, what's going on? Do you want to talk too? Say hello. Oh, hello. Anyway, friends, that is my entire office. I hope you enjoyed the tour. I hope you learned a little bit about how I operate, and I hope you found this helpful. So there you have it, friends. I hope you enjoyed this tour. I hope you learned a little bit about how my brain works and how my process works, and kind of just how I have it set up around here. Let me know what you think. I'm sure you probably already have. If you're still watching this, you've probably dropped me comments as we go through. But yeah, definitely let me know what you think, or if you use any of the same processes. I would love to hear. As I mentioned before, there is a link down below to my Amazon storefront. There's a few products and things like that you've heard me mention throughout. And if you're interested in getting those products for yourself, definitely check out the link below. Again, make sure you're subscribed. I hope to do many, many more videos like this, kind of outlining my process and just deeper diving into my day-to-day. And again, drop me a like on the way out. That really, really helps me out, and I certainly do appreciate it. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and I will catch you next time.